Sometimes, if you want to make a bad game, you really have to make the effort. I think that if you want to screw up certain games, like I said, you really have to make the effort. Right now, everyone should be talking about E3 2015. Well, I'm going to talk about 3 video game genres that, based in my experience, are really hard to screw up. And who knows, if you watch this video, you might find something about me regarding video games. Who knows? Anyway, let's begin. Hey you! Do you like pinball? Well, so do I! I admit one thing. I have never played pinball using a real pinball machine. Also, I only have played some pinball games: Sonic's Pinball, Sonic Pinball Party, 3D Pinball, that pinball game for Windows, and a mobile pinball game, but that's everything. That said, I don't hate pinball, I like it. Pinball is addicting for some reason, and as we all know, pinball is really hard to screw up, almost impossible. There was a PlayStation game called Kiss Pinball, and that is the only pinball game I can think of that is considered a bad pinball game. Also, it doesn't have Kiss music. So I like pinball, and if you manage to screw up pinball somehow, then you did something amazing. It's really hard to screw up pinball. Pinball is almost always a fun game. Even if I don't play pinball often, I still like it. I have some experience with turn-based RPGs. I prefer action RPGs, but for some reason I have played more turn-based RPGs than action RPGs. I still want to play A Witch's Tale. Believe it or not, I like every single RPG I have ever played. How do you screw up a turn-based RPG? Is that even possible? Obviously, some RPGs are better than others, but the truth is, every RPG I have played is, at least, enjoyable. Even in Persona 3, where the battle system is, to be honest, kind of bad, the game still manages to be somewhat entertaining. Persona 3 has some questionable design choices, assuming that the flaws of that game were intentional, but it's not a bad game, to be honest. And the music is great. In fact, you're listening to Persona 3 music right now. Persona 4 is better, and I have played Persona 3 for 4 or 5 hours or so, and so far Persona 3 is not better than Persona 4, but it's at least an okay game. And of course, there is also Earthbound, Mother 3, Magical Star Sign, Rhapsody: A Musical Adventure, Paper Mario, and more. RPGs are basically a lot of menus, at least if we talk about turn-based RPGs, and how do you screw up a turn-based RPG? I don't know. Persona 3 is almost a bad game, but not really. It's not a bad game. Persona 3 is okay, but it's, well, Persona 3 is not better than Persona 4. Because, you know, sequels have to be better, right? If you are interested in Persona 3, get this game cheap. Unless you are a die-hard RPG fan. If you are not an RPG fan, get Persona 3 cheap. This game is okay. Persona 4 is a better game. so far. I have said it before, I'm not the biggest 2D shooter fan, but you know what? That is changing. I have been playing more and more 2D shooters, or shoot 'em ups, lately. I will be the first one to admit that I haven't played a Touhou game before. Well, the true Touhou games at least. In a 2D shooter, you can have sensitive controls or you can move really fast. You can like a story. You can have voice acting that goes from bad to decent. And you can have a high level of difficulty. Even if we combine all of those things, it will be enough to qualify as a bad game. So far, I like every 2D shooter I have played. Recently, and by recently, I mean very recently, I got an Xbox 360. And 2D shooters are the main reason why I wanted to get that console in the first place. Dead Smiles is a really fun game. I don't have anything else to say. Even if you make a 2D shooter with different controls, under the Fit HD maybe, you can still try to get used to said controls. So, if someone finds a bad 2D shooter somewhere, other than Otamedius Excellent of course, please tell me. After all, it can't be that bad. 2D shooters are hard to screw up. I'm the hero of the wind and I want to play more 2D shooters. Maybe I will play Castle of Shikigami 3 this year. I still want to play that game. Thanks for watching. Take care.